Good evening, ladies and
I'm
gentlemen.
Unctuous.
I am Nacho Cheese, and I think we are starting to go a little bit insane as we have been casting games for almost more than 6 hours, 7 hours. Pause? Pete? What? I don't know what is going on. Unctuous, you need to take over right now.
Alright, so what it looks like is happening, I'm Unctuous, by the way, as you heard from my yelling. And last game I had a little bit of a rough time with the pause button. Somebody said OP, and I thought that he had mistyped PP, which is usually pause please. So that was a little bit terrifying for me the second time I saw the P with question mark. But now getting into this game, this is GSL Crevasse. I understand that this might be one of Nacho Cheese's favorite maps. I don't know. Maybe he just wanted to cast it. Maybe he really likes it. But I think this is really in Terrance's favor at this point, as drop play will be extremely good on this map. There's a lot of different places he can drop in. There's a lot of different places that he can take advantage of. But we will see. We've seen two 2-racks so far in this matchup, and I'm not sure that we're going to see one again.
What we are seeing is looks like Sasquatch is trying to recruit the Doctor to his team. So that's really good. Now, I don't think we've gotten a chance to tell you guys about this tournament or about even what's going on, as I'm getting completely derailed by my co-caster. But we are in the finals match of the small-time tournament, Diamond and Masters Edition. And these two players, Sasquatch and the Doctor, have fought very hard through their brackets, beating a lot of very highly skilled players in order to get here to the final match. The Doctor took both Game 1 and Game 2 with 2 racks plays. Game 1 was pretty much just a straight-up 2 racks. He was able to overcome Sasquatch and take down that expansion before Sasquatch could really adequately defend it. And then in Game 2, Sasquatch did use his overpowered drones to go and kill the SCV that the Doctor had brought forward. However, due to just some good drop play and a failed Baneling bust, he fell behind and was not able to come back. So the Doctor is up on a 2-0 lead. This is a game, or a best of 7. So at the most, or at the least, we will see this game and one additional game in this series. Unctuous, why don't you tell the viewers and anyone on YouTube a little bit about what we know about these two players?
I'll tell you what we know about these two players. We don't know very much, but we do know that both of them last night competed in the Artcraft Gaming Open yesterday, and the Doctor, I believe, is the one who took it altogether. And let's see, the Doctor is a very, very good multitasker. He's great at unit management, he's great at micro, and he's great at macro. And right now we see him having just expanded onto his natural, and his opponent, whose name I need to know, Sasquatch, he went for, I believe, a hatch first, like he has each time in each game so far, and it has been punished by a 2-rack fill. Metabolic Boost is on the way, and we haven't actually seen Sasquatch go into a macro game yet, so we're not really sure how his macro is.
These players know each other fairly well, I assume, I guess, from having played last night. And so, that's what all the bantering was at the beginning of this game. If you haven't watched the other games in this series, first of all, go back and watch them. They're pretty good. And second of all, you would have missed the fact that they were sort of doing the same kind of bantering back and forth in Game 2, a little bit in Game 1. These players are very, very friendly with each other, so that's adding a nice touch to this tournament, as there is a bit of a prize on the line. Now, if this is the first game you're watching, again, go back and watch the rest of the game. But if this is your first game that you're watching, then you do not know the wonderful amazingness that is in store for the winner of this game. Unctuous, can you give me a drum roll, please? These players are going to be playing for the grand prize of 100 U.S. pennies, or 4 U.S. quarters, or $1.
$1. And, oh, by the way, for this game, so far, there are 3 racks down for a Terran player and 2 factories. That factory is moving to the tech lab. I'm assuming we're not going towards siege tanks at this point. I could be entirely wrong. But no, we do see Blue Flame coming up. Hellions are on the way. My prediction is finally okay. And like my co-caster said, there is $1 on the line right now, and that is money that could go towards perhaps a flight to Korea if either of these players decide to go that route and want to pick up pro gaming to a serious extent. Now at this point, as all Zerg players usually do, we see Sasquatch with map control having taken 3 of the 4 watchtowers, the 3 watchtowers that have anything to do with the setup of the bases at this point. Now we do see quite a few Marines out right now on the base. It looks like we don't see a starport out right now, and we don't see any medevacs because there's no starport. So we're not going to be seeing too much drop play. But Stim is on the way, and Marines and Hellions are going to do a lot of damage to the Zergling, mainly Zergling army. Now I wasn't paying attention too horribly. Yeah, so a layer is not out yet. A layer is on the way, and a Baneling nest is down, so we're likely to see some Speedling, Baneling Mutaplay, which can often be followed up by Infestors. But the great thing about Zerg overall is that because of the fact that all they need to do is build one building to get a certain kind of unit out, they are easy to switch things around very, very quickly, switch unit composition very, very quickly, and use that to their advantage. So we do see these Hellions moving out, going to try to gain some map control, and I will let Nacho Cheese take over.
Hellions did melt away a good amount of Zerglings at the watchtower. Unfortunately for him, speed is done, and Speedlings on creep are, I think, the fastest unit in the game, and so they're quickly able to scare away those Hellions. And now Banelings coming out, so Sasquatch revealed his hand a little bit by showing those Banelings, and not being able to do any damage. One Hellion does get taken out, however, they are able to escape after doing enough damage to the Zerglings to prevent them from getting a surround. And now the Doctor will be kind of ballsy going into these Banelings, who do not count as light units. They don't take the extra damage from the Blue Flame upgrade. However, they do take splash damage. Now 2 Banelings getting thrown away on those 2 Hellions. And now this last one will be taken out as it was taken off creep. Yes, it is taken out before doing any more damage. Sasquatch will chase away those Hellions with his Speedlings, but those Hellions don't want anything to do with that amount of Speedlings, as they could get a very nice surround. So, I'm honestly not sure who came at... Never mind, that is completely wrong. I am sure who came ahead in that exchange. The Doctor, able to do a lot of damage, take out a lot of Zerglings. Sasquatch finally took out those Blue Flame Hellions, which were pestering him, but that gave the Doctor the excuse he needed just to move out, secure his third. He now has a very large amount of Marines out above his third base, and he is in a good defensive position, transferring workers over now to get his income going. We are seeing a little bit of a standoff again in this game. Now, Sasquatch does have 2 evolution chambers. They're going to be getting double upgrades. That's going to be very helpful. We see 1 melee attack upgrade is already done to the Zerg, which means the Zerglings will be doing 6 damage per attack as opposed to 5. However, the real benefit is that Banelings do extra damage against ground units. Now, the Doctor is moving his forces up. He does have siege. I don't know why he's not sieging these tanks. And now he's moving back, maybe afraid of a little bit of a counterattack, which is happening. Just a couple Zerglings moving out around the side, trying to outposition all of these units. And now these tanks are going to be taking out these destructible rocks. And now sieging up, getting ready to take a really, really nice position against the Zerg player, who, though he has a couple Zerglings behind here, is not going to be able to do much damage against this amount of tanks and Marines.
I definitely think the Doctor has the upper hand right now. One thing that I think is a little bit suspicious is the fact that his third base, although close to his other bases, is actually expanding towards his opponent's army. We do see Zerglings running forward, trying to take out these tanks. Banelings do come in, are going to be able to get some good hits on those Marines. This reinforcements entirely melting away. Zerglings will be able to come in and take care of these last siege tanks, and all of the reinforcements will have to run back for the Doctor. That was just an amazing engagement from Sasquatch. Now, like I was saying, this third base here for the Doctor I'm not sure is the best position, because mutas can just come right in here. There is a spire on the field. 9 mutas are on the way, are going to be able to fly right in here and take advantage of this really close distance. They'll be able to just fly right over and do a lot of damage. Zerglings rushing in, taking care of a lot of Marines. The 2 tanks will go down. Marines getting just destroyed, going to get us around on this bunker, doing a lot of damage to it. I do think it'll go down. It does go down, and those last 2 Marines are going to get out of there. The Doctor having to rebuild that bunker. We do see a drop coming in on the top of the map, right into the second base, the third base of our Zerg player. All these Marines coming down. Zerglings are trying to rush in, unable to do much damage. That Queen is going to be able to take some of them out, but the Doctor is definitely in a commanding position with this drop right now. Loading back up, the Zerglings were very scared and just doing an elevator down to the main base. Going after the gas drones right now. Zerglings coming in, once again getting picked up, and this muta group will be able to take care of that drop. That medevac did get taken out, and a 4th base is coming up for Sasquatch at this point.
Unfortunately, having to use those mutalisks to take out that medevac did reveal that mutalisks are on the field. Sasquatch knows this, so he's moving in to try and do a little bit of damage, but unfortunately all the Marines are in a great position, so they stim and push those mutalisks away, and a turret did finish in the mineral line there. And it looks like the Doctor has turrets in each of his mineral lines. These mutalisks, until they get into slightly larger numbers, will not be able to do too much damage against this. This harass is going pretty well for Sasquatch. The Doctor needs to be careful sending these medevacs out here, as they're just going to get taken out. I don't know what the Doctor is thinking there. Trying to lure those mutalisks back in, I assume, but Sasquatch able to take that medevac out and then pull right back out of there, exactly what he wants to do in that exchange.
Now, we have this big Zergling army right in the middle of the map right now, sending 1 Zergling forward to see exactly where Doctor's unit stands. It did get taken out by these siege tanks, so the Sasquatch knows right where the siege tank line ends. Now, it looks like we have a command center trying to move out right now, but it will get just flanked from both sides by these mutalisks. All of the Doctor's army is moving forward to try to save this command center. Tanks are sieging up. Zerglings are rushing in, going to be able to do some damage, but they will get all taken out, and mutas need to run away, or they'll go down rather quickly. The muta number is rather large. Banelings now rolling forward, going to be able to take out 1, 2, 3 tanks. A lot of Marines go down, and these mutas are trying to fly away. They are all in the red and yellow, only 1 green muta, and it looks like that command center was just able to get away, but it is burning right now. He's going to have it repaired, which he is doing. A lot of SCVs coming off the line right now, and it looks like Sasquatch secured another base down in the bottom right-hand corner of the map in the meantime. So we're actually seeing a lot of back and forth going on right here, and I'm loving this match so far.
This is definitely going a lot longer than either of our first 2 games. We're almost at 20 minutes into the game. These mutalisks coming in here, doing more damage to that command center, but not able to take it out, as this one big Thor only has 2 kills, but since these mutalisks are all very weak, would be able to do a lot of damage and take them out very quickly. If we look, the Thor does 12 damage versus light per attack. He does have 4 attacks per round. Now, Zerglings and Banelings and mutalisks rolling in over this army. A lot of these tanks taken a little bit out of position. However, the Marines will be able to clean that up and take out most of the mutalisks. We see Sasquatch is reinforcing with 36 up to 44 Zerglings now being morphed in. Level 2 flyer attacks being researched right now, or evolved, mutated. However, I don't know if it's going to be enough. And the Doctor, as he was taking this 4th base, I was thinking that's incredibly risky and just strange in general, as he is expanding towards his enemy. However, able to bait his opponent into committing to attacks and taking out a lot of units while
there is a drop going on. There's a drop going on in the northmost part of the map. Did take out a spine crawler. Going for that second one. That spine crawler won't go down. It's still alive. Those Zerglings were able to get in there just in time. And it looks like a big Zergling army trying to get forward towards that closest expansion. While trying to deny this fifth expansion as well from our Terran player. Siege Tank's doing a lot of damage to all those Zerglings, which do ultimately go down, and now gearing up for a big push right towards the center, the heart of our Zerg players' bases, really.
So we are seeing Zerglings go crazy, spreading out over the map, trying to get a feel for where the Terran player is. He's doing a good job of denying this fifth base. Unfortunately, he does not have the army size to be able to compensate. Phalanx walking in looks like they did a good amount of damage against the Marines, but then splashing and doing much less damage against the tanks. And the Doctor now has about a 70 food lead as Sasquatch looks like he's transitioning into some infestors. We'll have to see if that can do well against this Marine tank army.
There's a drop going on in the southmost base of the Zerg player. The Doctor going in, trying to take out that hatchery, deciding to go for the drones finally, while he is once again fully taking that fifth base, while the push in the middle of the map is getting a lot of success. This infestor did get a fungal off, but it didn't do enough damage to really repel this entire attack. The drop in the bottom did take out that hatchery. All of the drones are going to have to run away. They're not going to be able to do anything. Two Zerglings did pop out down here, and that infestor came in to try to defend. Now we do have Marines running forward, going to try to harass the fourth base of Sasquatch at this point. And it looks like also just keeping the tank line the best of their ability. Sasquatch is rolling in Banelings and Zerglings to try to do the best he can to get friendly fire attack from those tanks on the Marines and on the other tanks in the group. Now Lone Marine is moving forward to see exactly what's up here. Now this entire base is mined out. The natural's entirely mined out. The main is nearly entirely mined out. That's GG. There was a drop down in the new southmost base that did a lot of damage, and that was it. I think the Doctor is absolutely dominating with his play. He's able to do constant drop play while still pushing the middle, and I am extremely impressed this far.
So we will be moving into Game 4. We will see if the Doctor can take a 4-0 sweep of this best-of-7 series, or if Sasquatch can come back and start taking games off of the Doctor. It has been very exciting. This is very high-level play. I am very excited to be casting this game. We will be back for Game 4 after a very short break. Until then, I am Nacho Cheese.
And I'm Unctuous. We'll see you after the break.